Subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell icon to never miss any video. Hello dear students, today we are going to begin with class 8th chapter 10. The name of the chapter is Visualizing Solid Shapes. So let's make a previous connect first. We have already studied about 2D and 3D shapes in class 7th. So in practical life, we come across combinations of different shapes. For example, on the screen you can see a sharpened pencil. A sharpened pencil is a combination of a cylinder and a cone. So we will study all these solid shapes in depth and will develop a clear understanding for all these shapes. When we will begin with the journey of this chapter, we will be beginning with discussion of 2D and 3D shapes. Further, we will discuss about the faces, vertices and edges of different figures, maybe 2D and 3D shapes. Then applicability of faces, vertices and edges with respect to Euler's formula. Following, we will be learning how we can view 3D shapes in different perspectives. That is the front view, side view and the top view of any given solid shape. Then we will learn about maps. As you all are very familiar with maps and geography, but how do we read maps in perspective to maths? Or what questions can be answered, or what information does a map have and what it does not have will all be shared in this chapter. Is map different from a picture? This will also be answered. And finally, we will be learning about polyhedrons and its types. So let's begin the discussion about one-dimensional shapes. Those shapes which have only length. That means I'm taking an example here of a ray and a line are known as one-dimensional shapes. Then we will see how one-dimensional shapes are different from two-dimensional shapes. Two-dimensional shapes have two measurements, the length and breadth, and they can be drawn on a flat surface as well. For example, you can see on the screen, the example taken here is square and rectangle. There can be many more examples. Now, finally, we land on to a three-dimensional shape. It has got three measurements, length, breadth and height. And it cannot be drawn on a flat surface. For example, you can see a cuboidal shaped speaker in which the length, breadth and height are appropriately marked, and that is the reason they are also known as solid shapes. Three-dimensional shapes are also known as solid shapes. Means any objects that occupy space are called solid shapes. They have faces, vertices and edges. So their surfaces are called faces, while two faces meet at an edge and two edges meet at a vertex. Some examples of solid shapes are cone, cuboid, sphere, cylinder, etc. Few more examples of solid shapes can be seen on the screen. For example, a square prism, which is rightly called a cube, or a rectangular prism, which is rightly called a cuboid. Another example shown here is of a cone and a sphere as well. So these are few more examples of solid shapes. So let's navigate the path of dimensional shapes. That means we'll begin from zero dimensional shape, which is a point, as it has not got any length, breadth or height, followed by one dimensional shape which has got only length, then two dimensional shape which has got length and breadth both, and last but not the least, the three dimensional shape which has got length, breadth and height as three measurements. Let's begin with the second view of the chapter. It covers faces, vertices and edges and its relationship with the help of Euler's formula. So what does a face mean? Face is a flat surface on solid figure, while an edge is a side where two faces meet. And what about the vertex? Vertex is the corner of a shape where three or more faces meet. So in the figure shown on the screen, you can see a Christmas cap in which faces, vertices and edges have been clearly shown. The great Swiss mathematician Leonhard Euler discovered a very important relationship among the number of vertices, faces and edges of any polyhedra. The relationship states that if we find the sum of vertices and faces and subtract the number of edges from it, it is always equivalent to 2. This relationship is known as Euler's formula. For all the solids, we can verify the Euler's formula as given in the screen. This formula, Euler's formula, holds true for all solid figures which are covered by plane faces. So, this is applicable in all solid shapes. If we are moving upside in a lift, then a particular object when viewed from the lift give different views and appearances. It is because at each position of the viewer, some parts of the object are visible and some are not visible. This visible and invisible portions of the object changes with the changing positions of the viewer. So let's study about the different perspectives of a given object when we see it from the front, from the side or from the top, which is also known as the front view, the side view or top view of any solid figure. So you can see in the given solid figure, I have tried to show how the solid figure will look when we are looking from the top or when we are looking from the side or when we are looking from the front, and it is being very clearly shown in the given picture. Another example which I have taken here is of a gift box. I have tried to show and share with you the top view and the front view and the side view of the given gift box. So we will see here that a solid figure has been formed by joining different rectangular prisms. So if you see the top view of the same figure, it consists of 2 blocks, while the side view consists of 3 blocks and the front view consists of 4 blocks. If we see from the front, only 4 blocks will be visible to us. Now we will be studying about maps. What are maps? Maps are an important source to show the location of a place in relation to another place or an object. So really maps help us in locating certain things or certain objects which are distant from us. So let's see how. So you can see here an example of a map is given. It is a map of a 2-bedroom flat of a floor. So in this map, we observe the position of different places and objects. Maps use a scale which is fixed for a particular map. It reduces the real distances proportionately to the distances on the paper. So we can say when we find out the ratio of the map distance to the actual distance, we are calculating scale. So let's discuss some characteristics of the map. A map depicts the location of a particular object or place in relation to other objects, while the symbols are just used to depict the different objects and places. Last but not the least, there is no reference or perspective in a map. Moving on, we will be discussing about polyhedrons and its types. The word polyhedron has been derived from a singular word polyhedra. What does polyhedra mean? Polyhedron is a 3-dimensional shape with flat polygonal faces, straight edges and sharp corners or vertices. The word polyhedron comes from the classic Greek word in which poly means many, while hedron means base or seat. Let's discuss about the word non-polyhedron. Non-polyhedrons are cones, spheres and cylinders because they have sides that are not polygons. Now we will be discussing about the type of polyhedrons. So in terms of regular polyhedrons, a polyhedron is said to be regular if its faces are made up of regular polygons and the same number of faces meet at each vertex. The best example of this polyhedron is a cube, or we can say a square prism. What do we know about convex polyhedrons? Convex polyhedrons are the polyhedrons if the line segment joins any 2 points on the surface of a polyhedron entirely lies inside the polyhedron, then it is a convex polyhedron. The best example of a convex polyhedron is a rectangular prism or a cuboid. Now we will be talking about another 2 types of polyhedrons. They are prism and pyramid. What is a prism? A prism is a polyhedron whose base and top are congruent polygons and whose other faces, that is lateral faces, are parallelograms in shape. As rightly, the example could be a rectangular prism. The top base and the bottom base are exactly the same. The front and the back are exactly the same, while the left and the right are exactly the same. Now we will be talking about a pyramid. It is a polyhedron whose base is a polygon and whose lateral surfaces are triangles with a common vertex. The best example here is a square pyramid, where the base is in the form of a square and all the triangles are meeting at a common point, that is the vertex on the top. A quick recap of what we have learnt in this chapter. We started a journey with 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional shapes. Then we saw how different solid figures have different perspectives when we are looking from the front, side and the top. Moving on, we talked about maps, how they are useful in mathematics. Are maps really different from the pictures? Last but not the least, we have studied about polyhedrons and its types.